Great to have the Cougs in the studio today. Head football coach Nick Rolovich, AD Pat Chun. Great to have you guys here. I know you have a lot to get, big schedule coming up, very busy time of year for you, especially you, Nick. How's it been going for you so far?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful people, wonderful support. Obviously a lot to do, but that's part of the deal. And I like the feeling, my family's still in Hawaii, so they're not on their way yet, but it gives me a chance to really focus in on doing the best job I can at this point. And I think these kids deserve it. They went through a tough deal, losing a coach late in the cycle. We come in, we got to earn their trust, and I like the ability to just be around them. Plus, you leave for a while to go recruit and get that done. So now we get to spend some time with the guys on the team. Yeah,
I think it's great the way your approach to them was, just be real with them, and I think the players appreciated that for sure.
Well, that's the easiest way to be.
Yeah.
This is who I am. I'm not going to lie to you. Don't lie to me, and we'll be fine.
Yeah. And Pat, my simple question is, why Nick?
Well, the goal was to find the best short-term solution for our 2020 team and the best long-term solution for our football program. I've been there 2 years now. I have a great amount of respect for the young men in that locker room, and I did not want to step in there and say, hey guys, we might have to take a step back, but we're going to take 2 steps forward. And when you just put the attributes we were looking for in a head coach, Nick Rolovich made it a no-brainer decision for us, and we're fortunate. He wants to be a part of this. We want him to be a part of this, and you can just see how he's assimilated, and his coaching staff has assimilated so quickly and so seamlessly into our Washington State culture that it just reaffirms, hey, you know what, this was meant to be, and our Cougs are really excited about the future of our program, and we're going to keep building and growing and trying to be the best we're supposed to be.
Yeah, I think the fans are equally as excited for sure, and I want to ask you this quick question before I get back to Nick, but when you talk about, I read some things that maybe you had a short list because of the way Mike Leach his name was popping up and all these rumors and job openings and things like that. Did you really have a short list of coaches because you knew you had to be at the ready when this thing happened?
Well, what we focus on is just really our own emotional intelligence, self-awareness. So the good, bad, or indifferent, we knew when I got there, our basketball program was distressed. So it allowed me to take a year to really study the DNA of successful coaches at Washington State. So I was able to talk to Coach Bennett, Coach Price, Coach Leach, Coach Raveling, and just kind of figure out, all right, what has won and what has been successful at Washington State. We're always happy when our coaches' names are up for other jobs.
Yeah.
That is a great problem to have, and we will take that problem every single year at Washington State. And rarely in this industry that you can separate and everyone feels happy about what just happened. And there'll be a time and a place where Coach Leach comes back to Pullman, and we'll put him in our Hall of Fame, and the Cougs will give him a standing ovation. And no matter what, we knew what the challenges were going to be for 2020. We have goals for 2020. Those have not changed. And so I would say we were prepared if and when it could happen, just because you knew how successful and how hard it is to find a winning coach in this industry. And we're happy for Coach Leach. I'm a Mississippi State fan now, but we're going forward and we're excited about where we're headed.
Well, you should be. And Nick, I look at your career. You quarterbacked at Hawaii, won MVP of a Hawaii Bowl at one point. You went back in as assistant coach, and you went back as a head coach, and now you leave there. How difficult was it? Because you had some pretty deep roots at the university.
Well, it's a place that it's going to always have had a impact on my life. Met my wife there. We have kids now. Got my degree from there, but it also helped me become a man through my college years. I learned kind of cut my teeth coaching D1 there, but it was an opportunity that I thought for myself, for my family, just for my general competitive mindset. I wanted to see what I can do at Washington State with this group of kids and this group of coaches.
Spring practice starts about a month from now. Mm-hmm. You guys hit the field. What's been the biggest challenge for you in the last couple of months?
Maybe sleep. No, the support system, the resources, it really sets up for success at our university. So I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the help people have given me, the leadership of Pat Chun, just everybody. There's a family environment there, and I think everyone wants to see it be successful in all the sports.
Okay, I know you got the hat on. I know you're a big guy with you have a hat collection, and it goes back some years. Tell me a little bit about the origin of the hats.
People are giving me hats, and I got.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. I'm getting a lot.
Came in with a haul in Tri-Cities. Yeah.
I got to be more educated about hat names and hat styles. I think I got too many hats to not have that knowledge in my head.
Well, I think that's your favorite, though,
well,
isn't it?
It seems to be.
Yeah?
Kind of travels well.
Well, that started back in the family, huh? Like when you were.
My dad. I just remember him having a hat party, and I thought that was cool. I haven't always been a hat guy every day. It's now become kind of the brand. I wear a hat like this at practice. It was really keep the sun off.
Well, you're going to need it over there in August for sure. But, I saw the Twitter handle, and you got that logo now with the hat. And is that something you came up with, or your creative team?
No, I think the creative team. I don't know if my creative team. I don't know if I need a creative team. But no, it's marketing, it's branding, it's bringing attention to Washington State as much as I can.
Yeah, I think it's right away for sure. I think it's a nice little niche there. But Pat, we talked about the hats. You talked about the helmets over there, and the women's basketball team recently had a throwback jersey for their basketball game.
Thanks for noticing.
Yeah, it was great. Well, we have a lot of Cougs in this building, so
good.
When you is there some thoughts about what you will do for uniforms this year? Will you keep everything the same? Is there going to be a special helmet? Anything that's coming down the pike, maybe?
We probably haven't had that discussion yet, but we're always going to do things that celebrate something with our student athletes. So for women's basketball, for example, we have this unique tie with Title IX and access with the federal law and how it was embedded at Washington State, and there was a lawsuit at one time. So a lot of it's a little bit of an education tool, but the cool thing is you go back and you have all this great history. I mean, we just had George Raveling on our campus a couple weeks ago, and if the Martin Luther King I Have a Dream speech happened in 1963 and the Civil Rights Act was passed in 1964, Washington State University and George Raveling broke a glass ceiling and hired him as the first African-American head coach in men's basketball in the Pac-8 at the time, but any Power 5 league as we have it. And that's kind of Washington State in a nutshell. So anything we can do going forward that really educates our student athletes, celebrates our great history, if it's Christmas in March for our basketball teams or Christmas in October because we're trying something different, but everything we do is going to be thematic going forward. We have the strong brand, so our strategy is always going to be whatever enhances our brand and strengthens our brand, we're always going to be willing to do. And sometimes that's educating. I mean, it's this last year, just having Clay Thompson and Coach Raveling on campus, it was great to have them tell us the work they put in and the things they learned and how we're fortunate to be at a place that brings out the best in us and how much pride they care about Washington State. So those are lessons that we're just trying to learn for ourselves and learn for our student athletes.
I want to touch on that in just a few when we talk about football players and the fact you're retiring some jerseys over there and honoring some guys. I think that's outstanding. And when you look at your roster, Coach, you've got a quarterback cluster there. It seems like the fans always want to know what's the quarterback situation like. So for the football fans out there, you haven't really had a chance to watch these guys in action, but what does your quarterback situation look like, and what do you look for in a quarterback that's going to run the run and shoot?
Well, I'm sure they want to know. I also want to know. So when that happens, we'll move closer to a decision. But it's going to be good to get around. Right now, all of them that are on campus right now seem to have a good desire to get better and be great. It's hard because they're not throwing, we're not practicing right now. Their willingness to learn, their willingness to adjust from what they have been learning is something that excites me. They know there's a competition, there's nobody with a snap. I don't care which one of them starts, I just want the best one to start, so I think they understand that. And that thing will be a competition throughout spring ball, and I would think through the summer and training camp. You look for quick release, athleticism is a bonus, accurate thrower, accuracy better than, more important to us than a strength of an arm. Catchability of the pass is something I think that, I don't even know if it's a real word, but it makes sense to me.
That's all right.
And it makes sense to the receivers. You talk to them, what balls are easier to catch, things like that.
Yeah. Well, I would imagine that in that offense, you have to have a cerebral quarterback, someone that can really think quick and get rid
I
of
think
it.
every quarterback probably needs that. This is more of I think you have to have a personality deal to be able to connect with the receivers because you all got to be on the same page so much, probably more than most systems.
Yeah. Well, there's I believe an Apple Cup countdown in your locker room.
It's on the way.
Okay. It's on the way.
Yeah.
Whose idea was that?
Well, they asked me if I wanted one. I said sure.
Oh, so someone came to you and said you wanted.
Yeah. So I think it's great. I think it's a great rival game. I think it should be celebrated. I understand where it's been, but that doesn't mean we can't still look forward to it, enjoy it, and try to compete to get it back on our side.
Okay, so on the outside that's not going to be inside that locker room anytime soon. Is it a digital clock with that says days, hours, and minutes?
Yeah, the digital time. Yeah,
I like it.
Right down to kickoff.
Yeah.
Hey, because the traditional clock doesn't really go.
I'm not even sure my kids know how to tell time on those clocks
Kids go
anymore.
look at their phone. Yeah.
You got to see the digits.
Good reminder.
Yeah.
Good reminder for our guys every day when they come in the locker room or walk around the building.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's cool. And Pat, we talk about the great names in Cougar football history, and I love the fact that you went out and embraced Klay Thompson and had the big ceremony. You talk about George Raveling. Are there some plans in the future to continue that and to honor more players that came through that program?
Well, Kyle Smith would do it every week because we're 2-0 when we've done that. So he's made it clear anyone we need to do, we'll do right away. Having a place with so much history and tradition is a responsibility. Our job's to steward that and make sure that we celebrate it at the appropriate time. So the good thing is we're always constantly looking for things that should be brought to light. Like George Raveling, it's one of those things that, hey, we should be proud of the fact that at Washington State University that, we're one of the schools that in 1972 when the world was changing, heck, we were the ones that changed it. And we're a school that, hey, the only two colors we care about are crimson and gray. That's it. If you're a good person and you're great at what you do, you're going to be exceptional at Washington State. So those are things that we really look for. And to have Coach Raveling on our campus and spend time with our men's basketball team and our women's basketball team and a bunch of our student athletes and just give us his wisdom and his heart and tell us, just plant seeds in us about what it should take for us to be uncommon. And those are things that are just invaluable. So it's more fun, I guess, than duty than anything else, just because we have all these. There's so many stories that we're both learning because I'm only 2 years in and he's 8 weeks in, if that. Yeah.
No, I think it's a nice touch.
Yeah.
I think it's great that you're doing that and recognizing some of those folks from the past for sure. Nick, you played quarterback at Hawaii. Spent some time in the World Football League, the Arena Football League. So, and you were coaching at the same time at some of those jobs. So, I'll ask you this: which was the most interesting league, and how much fun was that experience?
I've had fun every league I've got to play in with the team and especially when college was fun too, but Arena was fun, camp with the Broncos was fun. NFL Europe was so unique. In the total experience, not just the game of football, but the experience in Europe, traveling all these different cities by train, people smoking cigarettes in dome stadiums while you're playing football, and not Gatorade after the game. There's a beer for you after the game, and it was beer sponsors. You look like NASCAR. It was very unique, and I thought it was a good way to develop players to give them another shot at the NFL.
Yeah, what a cool experience.
People would like the NFL Europe.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody had a bad time.
Yeah, I would imagine that. It continues to grow in popularity over there. But you made it to the world. I think it was a title game in that league, didn't you?
World Bowl.
World Bowl.
Yeah, we lost though.
Yeah, but that's all right.
We're in Scotland playing in the World Bowl. That's pretty cool.
There's only a few guys that had that experience,
Right.
Who's
That's
the quarterback on the other side? Do you remember?
No.
All right, that'd be interesting. It's a factoid.
It's a good trivia question.
I know.
Yeah.
Joe Germain?
Was it Joe Germain?
Was Joe there? No.
I don't know.
I don't know who it
Wow,
was.
that'd be interesting to know.
That's good.
It's a Bill Stevens question.
Well, before I get back to PAX, I'd like to keep you guys bobbing and weaving here, but I do want to ask about the Arena League while we're on it. You're playing on a hockey rink, basically, throwing the football around.
Yeah.
How much of a challenge was that?
No, it was a great league. The thing about the Arena League is it's a lot more like a basketball team where you have maybe 25 guys. You're living in the same apartment complex in a new city for 6 months or 4 months, whatever it was. You become really close, and the bonding and the relationship was the one that had the highest level of just genuine friendship and team camaraderie that I was around.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun for fans too.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's like hockey,
scoring.
where if you go in person, you tend to enjoy it a lot more.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It's a lot hockey, especially when you bring that up. If you
Right.
see that in person, new appreciation for it. Pat, you've done some nice things with the program over there. The football program's had some nice upgrades. Tell us about what you have for the other sports programs and things you have going on.
Well, we've had a great fall. I mean, it starts with our women's women's soccer team. They made the College Cup for the first time in school history, and that's kind of symbolic of what our aspirations are at Washington State, specifically in our athletic department. Our baseball stadium is currently under a $10 million renovation and upgrade, so it's a big construction pit now, and thank God it's a construction pit now, because we just kind of forgot about our baseball program, and just the day and age that we're in, having a facility that allows our young people to be the best they can be is a mandate, and it showed up in recruiting. We have a brand new coach in Brian Green. I think he signed 4 of the top 10 kids in the state of Washington in his next recruiting class. So I think the state is understanding, because we can win in baseball. We believe there is plenty in the Northwest to help us compete at the highest level. We're fundraising for an indoor practice facility. It's a $21 million project. We're about $8 million toward that goal, so we're working hard, seeing some people while we're out here in Seattle as well to kind of help us with that project. Eventually we'll do some renovations for our Boulder Athletic Complex. That's kind of our main hub. So there's a lot going on, but there's also the reality under President Schultz. He understands, we all accept the fact that there's a constant reinvestment that's needed in college athletics. The alumni expectations are real at Washington State, and that's awesome. We love being at a place that people want to have so much pride, are passionate about their institution, passionate about their alma mater, passionate about winning. So we understand what our responsibility is, and we're going to keep trying to attract the best people humanly possible that can help us get to those goals and keep building forward this athletic program that we're charged with.
Yeah, you talk about the recruiting and the fact that you get some of the top players, and Coach, that has to help you when you're bringing players through there to see the nice facility that you have over there.
No, beautiful facility.
Yeah,
beautiful. Yeah. It did a great job. It changed the changed the whole deal for recruiting and effectiveness of your day. I mean, everything's pretty much self-contained, right next to the stadium. It's a great experience for, like you said, our young people.
Yeah, and we make no bones about it. Seattle's a critical piece of this, from every aspect, from recruiting students to come to Washington State, student athletes to come to Washington State. We have a huge active alumni base here. There's a reason why we spend a lot of time here, a reason why Coach in his first recruiting trip when he got here is in Seattle. So Seattle's a big deal for us, and a key part of us being the best we can be as an athletic department is getting the right people in Seattle that want to be a part of this Washington State family.
And I know there's kids that want to come over there.
Sure.
We want the kids that want to be with us too.
Yeah, well, I think it's great you guys come over here and you have a presence here on these particular weekends. You come
this
over.
Logo means something in this city. Yeah.
Well, it's real nice back there, isn't it? For you? Well, quick shout out to women's soccer who got Trinity Rodman, the top player in the country, to come play there. She talked about getting recruits and getting top players.
Well, and she's the #1 forward in the country, and the oddity that started with DJ, her brothers, on our men's basketball team. So Kyle made an offer to him. He wanted to come here, and their mom is from the west side of the state, so it kind of worked out really well to get Trinity here. But why wouldn't you want to be a part of a program that competes at the highest level? That women's soccer program, they've been there, and their goal is to get there again.
Yeah, almost took out North Carolina in that semifinal in the Final Four. That was a very exciting time for sure. All right, as we get to wrap this up, Cougar Madness. I see this bracket on.
Oh yeah, you like that?
Yeah, man. That's good. Is that your idea?
Yeah, well, it's a combination. I don't want to say it, but we had the fans rank their best favorite game.
I think
and then we said, March Madness is coming up. Let's go Cougar Madness. Let's seed them and see how it goes. And then we'll have Twitter polls of who they want to win.
Okay.
Which one they like better.
But those are some tough choices, man.
That wasn't my choices.
Okay.
I mean, this is Cougar Madness. You got to have some tough choices.
All right, so for fans to want to take part in this, they go to Twitter and
the bracket's up. The dates are up when you'll get the Twitter poll.
Yeah.
It'll be a one-day poll, and top one of two choices. Pick your favorite game.
So, yeah, there's a lot of. Did you take a look
March
at that?
2nd.
I did.
First
I did.
game.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And the good thing is maybe it'll eliminate some of the debate because it's created a lot more.
So.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But it gets people talking.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
cool.
And it's good for our players. It's good for me. It's good for our staff. Understanding, all of those games that are important to people.
I want to ask you one last question because we talk about Twitter. There's a tweet to you, Coach, that said, you have such an innate Cougar bro spirit. I'm so thrilled and proud. I'm almost at a loss for words. Would it be frowned upon to call you Brolo? And you said you would be honored.
I would be honored.
So it goes from Rolo to Brolo.
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a nice compliment. To me, that's a nice compliment.
Yeah. Are you big on the social media thing? It seems like you kind of slowly embrace it.
You can't do them all. I think you can excel in one if you really concentrate on it. But
Pat, you probably have a handler, someone that does your
No, I do my own, but yeah, the good thing at Washington State, though, I mean, it's the easiest way for us to connect with
right.
our Coug family. So and it's the easiest way to promote our athletic department, and we embrace creativity in our athletic department. So if we can be creative, let's put stuff out.
It's clear. I mean,
Yeah.
from the hat and the Twitter handle to the Cougar Madness bracket, and check it out on social media. Vote for your favorite game, and I mean, I have mine out of the gate.
Put it up there.
Yeah, I mean, I will
We'll see
definitely do
where it
that.
finishes.
Keep it to myself. But,
Not going public. Not going public.
I really appreciate you guys coming on, man. It was great.
Hey,
Thanks for the
appreciate
visit.
that
Go
very
Cougs.
much.
Thank you.
Go Cougs.
Okay, you got it.